uncomfortable. I just think, I mean, I don't want this to sound offensive, I don't mean it offensively at all, but I just think that one has to be very careful to remember you have to remember in yourself that you're not what people think of you, do you know what I mean? You're not, okay, you are technically a rock star or you're famous or something, but you know, that doesn't define your personality, that's not what you are, do you know what I mean? You're just
in this proud land, we were taught to be strong. We were wanted all along. I was taught to fight, taught to win. I thought that I could never fail. No fight left or see it seems. I'm a man whose dreams have all deserted. I've changed my face, I've changed my name, but no one wants you when you lose. Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not yet. Don't give up, 'cause I know you can make it. You can make it good. Though I saw it all around, I thought that I could never be affected. I thought that we would be the last to fall. It's so strange the way things turn. Drove the nights towards my home, to the place I was born in St. Anne de Bellevue on the lake shore. But as the daylight broke, I saw the earth and the trees burnt down to the ground. Don't give up, you still have us. Don't give up, we don't need much of anything. Don't give up, 'cause somewhere there's a place. Gotta walk out of here. I can't take it anymore. Gonna stand on that bridge. Keep my eyes down below. Whatever may come, whatever go. That river's flowing. All that river's flowing. I moved to another town, tried to settle down. For every job, so many men, no one needs. Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, 'cause you're not the only one. Don't give up, there's no reason to be ashamed. Don't give up, you still have us. You know it's never been easy. Don't give up. I believe there's a place for you and I.
I don't want this to sound offensive, I don't mean it offensively at all, but I just think that one has to be very careful to remember you have to remember in yourself that you're not what people think of you, do you know what I mean? You're not, okay, you are technically a rock star or you're famous or something, but you know, that doesn't define your personality, that's not what you are, do you know what I mean? You're just a person, do you know what I mean?
Like to honor all musicians who sacrifice their life, place a better world by doing music and being real and not being superficial. So let's hear it to Sinead O'Connor, ode to a great artist gone. And that was a song called Don't Give Up. I think Phil Collins originally did it. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that was Willie Nelson version with Sinead O'Connor. You should check out the video. I put it on my community tab. I don't have social media. That's the closest thing I have to it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Fun. I love how whenever they put hearts and things that you can touch and all that, it gets in the way of everything. It's like Microsoft. You open up Microsoft and there's like, you're trying to like write a letter or make something, and then the Kardashians pop up, and then a calendar, and then you get notifications, and there's just all this. It's insane. And you try and, go deep down in the root menu and get rid of it all, but they keep bringing it back. So like, I'm trying to read Pat's message, but I can't because there's a freaking heart in the way of his message. I like the version though, Willie. I'm on a Bass Guy show in 5 minutes. That's right. And since Sky of the Universe has been helping so much and like really supporting the show, I have a special announcement. I was going to put a drum roll on the desk. I have all these ideas, but I don't have time. Thank you, Julie, for your support. Bunny Crusher, hello. I got my can of Iron Brew here for you, Bunny Crusher. And guess what? Not only do you get a can of Iron Brew, but you just won 17 million internet points.
You just won 17 million internet points.
Frankie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, so in over 6 in the United States and the world. People don't even talk to each other. They don't make eye contact anymore. Even the small little country towns over in Europe now, too.
So there's some places. Larry, there's some places where people don't even look at each other, you're saying?
Even though the country in Europe, even Russia and in China and India and all these places, like in Egypt and Libya and Saudi Arabia and all those countries, people don't make eye contact with each other. The world's changing.
The world is changing. The world has become stupid. I blame social media and cars. My two things I hate, cars and social media. Stick your car and your social media up your butt. It's made people stupid and it's destroyed the earth, and it's that simple. The end. Frankie, as I'm speaking, I can hear hail hitting my window. We're in the middle of a huge thunderstorm right now.
It's really bad in Montreal, Quebec. It's going to get, there's a typhoon hitting for China next week.
Cars and social media, the end of the world. People, Frankie, I have a cane and people walk right into me because they're looking at their phone while they're walking. They're looking at their phone while they're driving in their death machine that kills the world. Who's there with you, Frankie?
People in third world countries, they don't talk to each other.
No, but people are talking to you right now because Sydney, Nova Scotia is a nice place.
Hey, this is Space Guy.
Hey, man, how's it going? Who's that, Frankie?
There's a Space Guy.
I can just see a crane. All I see is the crane. Oh, it's the guy across the street yelling at you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like social media. You say something and then 48 different topics pop out and no one knows what's going on. Frankie, I love Frankie Rao. Can you say hi to Randir?
Hi, Randir. I'm doing great.
How about saying hello to Andrew Herbert?
Hi, Andrew Herbert.
Hey, and we have Julie from Indonesia here.
Hi, Julie from Indonesia.
Let's just say hi to people all night. Let's make it all social media, where the audience is more important than the actual content. It's funny in a second.
in the world, they don't make eye contact each other anymore, even in New Zealand, even scientists in Antarctica.
Well, because in the old days, people used to sit on the porch and say, how you doing? And they would talk, and now everyone's on their phone in their own little world. On TikTok, everyone's watching 7-second videos, going in their brand new fancy car that they haven't earned because they're 16 years old, never worked a day in their life, and they have a brand new, and then there's ships crossing the ocean that sink and catch on fire, and animals are dying, and entire ecosystems. I just saw lightning flash through my window. What would happen if a lightning bolt went right through the window and ended the show, Frankie?
Really, really bad. Siberia is causing a lot of fires lately in Russia.
It would be shocking. So, Frankie, you take the mic.
People don't make eye contact with each other, even out in the countryside in Russia.
Ooh, even this microphone's warm. I got a new microphone, and it's got a condenser. It's got a tube amp in it. Frankie, show me stuff professionally. So this is Frankie MacDoanald filming professionally. This is his third call from, I forget the name of the street, Bath Street. Hey, we have Frank MacDoanald. Your father is here. Hey, Sky, how's it going? Hi, Julie. Awesome. We got a little party going on here tonight. Frankie, we have a huge storm in my area right now.
It's really, really bad thunderstorms in Montreal right now. Where are you at?
Frankie, you're not selling drugs on the street, are you? Of course not. Hey, Frankie, there's a bee on your foot.
I don't see any bees in my foot at all.
We have your father here. Would you like to say anything to him?
Hi to my father. I'm doing great so far.
I'll turn down my end, and then maybe Frankie's end will get louder. Are we having fun so far, Frankie?
Yes, I'm having fun. I'll say hi to my father. He's working on a lot of music lately.
Frankie, it's been so busy, I haven't had time to talk to you this week, but what happened in your area with flooding and things like that and fire? What's going on?
It was really, really, really bad in Nova Scotia. Now Jolie's really busy again. And Halifax had so much flooding because of climate change, because of big dips in jet stream and an odd weather pattern drove all the tropical moisture all the way from Caribbean to Nova Scotia. Because the Bermuda High was so strong.
It's cars and mobile phones and social media have made people addicted and stupid. I put up a joke saying, don't worry about the hottest temperatures in 120,000 years. We got rid of plastic straws. Everything's going to be fine. And then someone commented, are you being sarcastic or serious? You know, do you think if we get rid of straws, that's going to fix the world?
Even Europe is affected. Social media, people don't even make eye contact with each other over in Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, even Antarctica.
Patrick, Sky of the Universe, says, if happiness is a drug, he is a dealer. So if happiness is a drug, Frankie MacDoanald, I can't see the rest of the comment for some reason. Let me see if I can fix this here. So Frankie, what's going on in Sydney, Nova Scotia tonight?
Just people walking down the street, states like this. Even Antarctic scientists don't even make eye contact with each other either.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the world's on fire and there's floods and everything's crazy. Let's go out to the bar and drink. Sounds about right to me. Oh, man, everyone's always...
What's going to happen in Antarctic research stations?
So the ice is not even forming there. It's melting, right?
What about the scientists in Antarctic research stations? Like Amherst, Scott, South Pole Station, and McMurdo Station.
They're going to have to leave, Frankie, because all the ice is melting.
People don't even make eye contact with each other in the Russian research station in Antarctica either.
Yeah, and the reason people don't make eye contact or talk to each other because everyone's on their phone like 8 hours a day just looking at crap, and then when you look up and some person says, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh my God, this person's going to hurt me. People are afraid of each other.
The world is changing.
If Frankie MacDoanald, I think you're exactly what the world needs. On social media, which I don't use or have, there's a lot of cynicism and people being sarcastic and funny and hurtful. But you're not like that, Frankie. You're pure and you're happy and you're honest.
In the whole world. It's going to affect the whole planet Earth. And that's going to affect other planets too. They're shipping the people to other planets. That's going to affect the other planets too.
Yeah, because like your YouTube channel could be doing really well, Frankie, and you're doing great. But what happens if the world catches on fire and floods and everything? It won't matter anymore.
That's going to be bad news. And that's going to affect other planets too. That's going to affect other galaxies.
We have a loyal fan here, Randy, are saying, I'd sell my soul for Frankie.
They don't sell souls.
They don't sell souls, that's right. Sell souls, now on sale. Sell souls, now on sale at Sellers. Here's Julie saying, it makes me really sad seeing that pic of Sinead O'Connor here, RIP. Well, we're doing a dedication show today to Sinead O'Connor, who passed away, Frankie. She was Frankie, there's a lot of lightning outside my window. I'm getting scared.
It's really, really, really bad in Montreal.
You know what I'm going to do? You talk for a while. I'm going to go put on my shoes because I have this theory. I have thick rubber shoes. And if I get hit by lightning, if I'm wearing rubber shoes, it might help. I've almost been hit by lightning once. So, Frankie, talk to the people and let them know what's going on with the weather. I need you to talk for 20 seconds.
Still going to bring a lot of thunderstorms to southeastern United States and extreme humid air in Florida. And there's a typhoon aiming it towards China next week. It's going to bring really, really bad strong winds and heavy downpours. And they had an earthquake in eastern Russia. It was really bad. And Chile had a 5-point-something magnitude earthquake thing with Russia and things like this. Sandstorms going to get really bad in northern Africa, the Sahara Desert. I'm Nelson Peabody. I'm doing great so far. I was on Compound Media Related Podcast this week and things like this. Hey, Nelson Peabody. I'm doing great so far. How was your day? It was so bad and lots of thunder and lightning in Montreal. Possible hailstones and things like this. Bringing so much rain in Montreal, Quebec, Canada right now. Vancouver's going to get a lot of fires next week, so is British Columbia. Climate change all over the world, even Antarctica. It will affect other planets. Italy.
Frankie.
It's getting lots of winter storms. New Zealand's getting a lot of snow lately.
Frankie, it's a good thing you let me go because my back door was open because it's so hot. I'm dying of heat here. I don't use an air conditioner to not try to be an asshole and ruin the world. And my back door was open and I went to close it and I stepped in about a foot of water. There is complete rainfall here. There's thunder. There's lightning. We have about half a foot of water in like 5 minutes. And I just had to go close all the windows and put the hatchet down and whatever it's called. Oh, there's a storm in my area, Frankie.
It's climate change. It's affecting all 7 continents.
That's right. And it's really bad here right now. We just got hit by a huge storm. Sky of the Universe will let us know what's going on. Nothing Compared to You is one of my favorite songs, a beautiful tune. Just reading the board here. Frankie is the most reliable source of news, says Randir.
There's some religious guy saying second coming of the Son of God. It's not true.
No, it's not true at all. And Frank MacDoanald, your dad, says, Frankie is the best son a man could have.
And I just found out Monica will say hi to you. She's doing great so far.
Thank you, Frankie. And Andrew Herbert says Frankie was a good host, Bass Guy. So you took over the Bass Guy show for 5 minutes while I closed the windows.
It was really, really bad in Montreal right now. And things and people don't even make eye contact around the plane, even way out in the country, even out in the woods and things like this.
No, people don't talk to each other. You know, people used to sit down and have a Couche-Tard coffee or maybe a sloshy, or maybe you go to Scotland, people in Scotland say hi to each other. It's normal. In Quebec, it's very, very, like, you can get lucky, but sometimes it's like New York. If you say hi to someone, they'll say, F you, buddy.
Which is worse than that, Russia.
Yeah, it's really strange how I think a lot of it is social media. I think people are starting to wake up. I left social media about 1.5 years ago. I don't use it at all other than just YouTube because I make a show. But, makers and takers, people just consume content. And there's 100 things wrong with social media. It's designed on gambling. It makes you addictive. It makes you short span of attention. And it ruin music.
A lot of young kids, young teenagers don't even make eye contact anymore either.
Yeah, and you used to play a song and play music and people would tip you or buy your album or something. Now everyone just takes everything for free and goes away because it's music, it's free. We live off unicorn gas. Stinky Dogs is here. Weather with Frankie. Who's Stinky Dogs?
He's just a fan of mine.
A fan of yours. Okay, so hello and welcome to all of the fans. We have Frankie MacDoanald live with us. If you have any questions for Frankie, Please ask Frankie a question on the board and we'll read out your name. I went to go meet Frankie with Gajen at the big fiddle. It looks like a big double bass. And Gajen gave Frankie a t-shirt. And guess what? Listen to this, Frankie.
Bass Guy Show!
That's Frankie yelling Bass Guy Show. And we got Frankie MacDoanald with us every Friday. If the show ends, it's because there's thunder and lightning and the whole studio might get shut off.
Just imagine somebody tried to host in a nightclub.
First, Frankie, we have a question from here for you from here. Sorry, my head's all over the place today. Andrew Herbert, where are you located, Andrew? Says, Frankie, who was the best Canadian... Oh, what's that, Frankie?
Up by 7 restaurant on Sherman Street.
Who is the best Canadian pro wrestler ever, in your opinion?
Bret Hart from Alberta.
There you go, of Alberta. I've never heard of him. I liked George the Animal Steele. Do you remember him? I think he was from...
Up in which place down in the States, isn't it? People don't even make eye contact in other countries. In Europe now, too. Now Scotland's changed now because people don't even make eye contact over there either.
Well, when I lived in the small village, you'd go and get yourself a sausage roll and a coffee in the morning, and you could deliver a mail, and everyone would say hi to you, and hey, and people in Scotland will sing on the bus. They'll sing
now
songs.
Scotland has changed.
Now it's changed. What is social media doing to people's behavior?
It's not good. People down in the States, they know who I am.
People used to look at the stars and they used to look at the trees and go for a walk. Now everyone's looking down. Frankie, let me tell you a quick story. I have a cane, and when I see someone coming, I go to my side of the sidewalk, and if they're looking at their phone, I just stay still. And I've had people run, even like old grannies and stuff, or big tough guys. They bump into me because they're looking at their phone. They're not looking where they're walking.
The world has changed, not only Canada, not only the States.
People are falling into holes and getting hit by cars. Remember Pokemon? Everyone was looking for Pokemons.
And it's happening in Japan, too.
I'm sending every social media user to the bad corner. Stop all the downloading. Stop using social media and stop using your car. Take public transport. Talking about public transport, we have a brand new SkyTrain opening this weekend. And give me 2 seconds. There's tons of lightning outside. I need to go check the situation. If you can talk to the people again for me.
Bad. It's hitting Ottawa, the capital of Canada. It's heading towards Cornwall, Ontario. Thunderstorm cells heading towards Cornwall, Ontario as well. Montreal West Island's getting a lot of thunderstorms. Right now, where you're at, base guy, was mighty bad.
Yeah, thank you, Frankie. That's amazing. Yeah, I went to close the back door because I had to open to get air because it's just so hot in here. And the house is fine, but outside the house, there's like a foot of water. What's that, Frankie?
The cold front's going through Montreal.
Yeah, right now it's in my area. We're having tons of lightning strikes, about lightning strike every minute, 1 or 2 every minute.
People, even in Joey Only's hometown, they don't even make eye contact to each other because of the phones. In Wales, British Columbia, too. A small little town where Joey Only lives.
I put the microphone outside. Let's hear what we can hear. Listen, Frankie. Tell me if you can hear the thunder. Can you hear that?
I can hear it.
That's outside. Riders on the storm. What song is that? Riders on the storm.
People down in the United States and Scotland, they don't even make eye contact anymore in Scotland either because people got phones over there and teenagers up in Inverness, Scotland got phones now too.
I wish I could show you a picture of this. In fact, I'm going to. Let me just... It's hard to do because everything is in the way here, but I'm going to find a way to do it. So, Frankie, how come, just for example, to compare myself to someone else, how come I work 35 years, I played all over the world, I do my show, even though spinal damage, I work 15, 20 hours a day, and there's this girl called Pinky Doll. on the right here, and she's just a YouTuber, and she makes silly chicken sounds and stuff, and she's making $7,000 a day being stupid. How did we go from jazz musician Joni Mitchell to TikTok Pinky Doll? What happened to culture?
It's corrupted.
It's corrupted. So if you be stupid and just dumb, people will throw money at you, and if you work really hard and put your whole life into something, anyway, you know what I'm saying. The world's gone stupid, Frankie. It's social media.
It's a world that's affected. That means it's affecting Scotland, Ireland, and all these places. Even a small little country village, small little villages in Scotland, people don't even make eye contact anymore. So it's small little villages up in Norway, Finland, Sweden, and all these places. Greta Thunberg has been arrested by the police because of protesting against oil.
They gave her a fine for $150, so they just treated her accordingly. And social media now, Frankie, it's all about the audience. It doesn't matter if it's like Beethoven or like doing like Russian dancing or, you know, the basketball. It's all about when people go into YouTube and well, people don't even use YouTube, but people go into Facebook and stuff like that. Everyone's always like, I had a sandwich today. I did this. Oh, what about that? And then a fight breaks out, and it's got nothing to do with the content. The content comes second. So if you go to see Bob Marley, it's more important about what Joey in Denver had for his lunch. You know, that's what social media has become. And we reward narcissism. If you're a big asshole, if you're Biff Tannen from Back to the Future, you get to become president.
That means that people in Switzerland, they don't make eye contact anymore either.
Andrew Herbert says, Frankie, can you sing a verse of Free Fallin' for the bass guy?
And I'm free falling. And I'm free falling.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. What else? I can't see all the thingies. So, Frankie, tell me some stuff and I'll read the comments.
Robin Flynn's doing great in these days.
Frankie, what is the name of Nelson Peabody's mother? You said hi to her a few days ago.
Nelson Peabody, Andrew Herbert's mother is Connie.
Connie. Okay, so let's hear it for Connie. Word up. Frankie is the best weatherman in the world, says Stinky Dog. See, before we used to sit in the park and you talk with your friends, you might smoke a joint and you read a book and talk about philosophy. And now we're talking to a TV, and I'm talking to a guy named Stinky Dogs. That's what's happened to the world, Frankie.
What's going on in Russia, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, Sudan, and all these countries in Libya and Africa.
How did we go from Brian Wilson as one songwriter making a masterpiece like Good Vibrations to a 2-minute song that has 20 writers? That's right. Culture is going backwards. It used to be orchestras, and being a classical or a jazz musician and knowing how to read and do everything, that was just called normal. It wasn't a big deal. Now it's all about making... Anyway, we're preaching to the converted. The world's gone crazy. And hey, we're acting like idiots with our cars and our social media. And what's happening to the world, Frankie?
Turning around. It's going the opposite way. And Brazil's going backwards. This October coming, people from Canada, the United States, and any other countries will need a visa to visit Brazil.
And I always say, Frankie, it's the people that have the least who do the least impact suffer first. The people who have the huge houses with lots of cars and go to fancy colleges and do all the things and have tons of money, they're the ones consuming more, and they cause this. I'm poor and I didn't cause it.
And the rich people will be affected as well.
Yeah, everyone becomes equal. There's a name for that. When there's a crisis, everyone is automatically equal. When the shit hits the fan and things go crazy, you think people in the rich fancy houses are going to be prepared? They're not prepared. They're going to panic and cry. They're going to fall down and cry in their own, and they're going to fall asleep in their own tears.
And I heard that Italy had baseball-sized hail smashed car windshield, smashed the house windows and things like this over in Italy.
What if Sky of the Universe says, what if Jack and Frankie become world leaders?
Then it'll be universe.
It'll... Whoa! Holy shit!
The new guy.
Frankie, wait. Lightning just hit right in front of the street in front of me. And all the power went off and came back on again. I should probably end the show. That scared the shit out of me, man. What are we gonna do? Like be swimming in the water and like everything's on fire and you're like, hey guys, maybe you should not use your car and stuff. Like people, we're doomed. We're screwed, Frankie. I hate to tell it to you, but we're doomed because even when the world's on fire and there's floods and there's smoke, everyone just continues consuming nonstop. So shame on everybody for just enjoying. Someone said, a comedian, I heard him say, don't let climate change get in the way of your comfortable lifestyle.
What about China's responsible doing that? Their dictatorship countries fire missiles and things like this, like North Korea, Russia, and things like this. China burning a lot of fossil fuels in Russia, China, Middle East, because they're against the whole world.
Yeah, people just consume with no responsibility. You buy stuff, you throw it away, it gets sent back in a ship to where it came from. Like, everybody knows this stuff. Everyone just plays stupid. Frankie, I gotta check the window because I can smell the electricity. It hit right in front of my house. You take over the show again.
The asteroid 1997 XF11 headed towards the Earth on October 26, 2028. It's going to bypass the Earth. It's going to trigger so much earthquakes.
About I'm not here to preach and be condescending, but I'm a musician and I like to use my platform like Sinead O'Connor did to tell the truth, you know? Like she once said, I blame the parents, you know, to take responsibility for the way you bring up your kids or whatever. Like people just I remember the 80s, it was nothing but like you don't have to eat shit food, you don't have to drive cars, you don't have to constantly go on holiday and go to restaurants and buy fancy clothes. You can buy almost nothing and then you'll have a whole bunch of time to make music or draw or talk to someone and make eye contact with someone. But Frankie, there's 8 billion people and most of them are addicted to social media. It's the devil.
What about the scientists in Antarctica? Russia's against the whole world.
I'm so glad that I got to come and meet you, Frankie, before the end of the world. And everyone's all talk. Everyone's like, oh, I love Frankie. Frankie's so great. Well, then why don't you jump in your car? Why don't you go visit Frankie, man? Why don't you visit Sky? Anyway, sorry to get whatever there. You know, we played a Sinead O'Connor, a very emotional song. Now we're talking to Frankie. And lightning just hit right in front of my window. And it just, everything turned off. Who we got here?
Oh,
Hey, man, how's it going?
That's right, okay.
Yes.
I'm Frankie's friend in Montreal.
That's pretty cool. Oh, I'm on the video. I gotta go.
That's awesome, Frank. Okay, so and then people say just be positive and just be happy. What if there's a lion eating it's all about context. What if there's lightning and fire and everyone's just like, just be happy and you're swimming
in the world. Even animals become unfriendly out in the woods too. Even animals becoming unfriendly now too.
Yeah, Quebec Buff, we just got hit with a lightning bolt and all of the equipment turned off and went right back on again. So I've got a surge protector. I shouldn't even be doing the show, Frankie, because if lightning hits my house, it would destroy the Bass Guy show.
Best of luck to you. I'm Frankie Down. You're listening to Bass Guy Show.
Thank you, Frankie. Frankie MacDoanald for more lightning. Okay, stop. Oh my, but do you know like when there's an explosion right beside your frickin' ear? I'm talking about climate change and how everything's fucked and our town is like, oh, we're so green and progressive and we have grass and colleges and save the whales. And then they let them have I guess it's democracy, but they're having a fucking car show. And I blame everyone. If you own a restaurant or a business or a bank, everyone's like, oh, I respect him. He's got a suit and lots of money and power. You're that's destroyed my world. And of course I'm going to swear and get angry and use my platform to say what I want. I don't usually want to do this, but the fucking world's on fire. And I know why, because of overconsumption, people who use too much shit. We don't need big shopping malls. We don't need big restaurants. We don't need big boats and cars. I'm against that shit. And what's really happening is that we're at the pinnacle, the height in society of narcissism, of selfless, shameless narcissism, where just consuming and buying things and having things and how you look and buying Montreal fucking Nike shoes for $300 and waiting in line around the block while people in other countries are starving. I think rich people are poor because they don't know how to share. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. By now you should have somehow realized what you got, no doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we lead are a winding, and all the lights that lead us are blinding. And there's so many things that I'd like to say to you, but je ne sais pas. Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. Cause after all, you're my wonder wall. Today was gonna be the day, but they never threw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you got to do. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Cause all the roads that lead you are now. All the lights that lead the way are blinding. All the things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. Cause maybe I'm gonna be the one that saves me. Cause after all, you're my wonder wall. You're my wonder. I said maybe, gonna be the one that saves me. I said maybe, gonna be the one that saves me. Cause after all, you're my wonder wall. Standing next to a mountain, gonna chop it down with the edge of my hand. I'm standing next to a mountain, chop it down with the edge of my hand. Got lightning and Microsoft has crashed one of my computers. It just restarted the whole thing for no reason. It's time for me to die, so let me live my life the way I want to. I never want to hear surf music again.
I don't feel uncomfortable. I just think, I mean, I don't want this to sound offensive. I don't mean it offensively at all, but I just think that one has to be very careful to remember you have to remember in yourself that you're not what people think of you. uncomfortable. I just think, I mean, I don't want this to sound offensive, I don't mean it offensively at all, but I just think that one has to be very careful to remember you have to remember in yourself that you're not what people think of you, do you know what I mean? You're not, okay, you are technically a rock star or you're famous or something, but you know, that doesn't define your personality, that's not what you are, do you know what I mean? You're just a person, do you know what I mean? That's all.
You're watching the Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Hey everybody, you're watching a Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Jack, can you hear me? I'm in another dimension. It's like a tunnel. Yeah, man. Hey, what's up, Jack? How's it going? I'm here at, this is the Concordia University building, here in the stairwell. And I found a really cool view of the city here.
True, you ride the finest horse I've ever seen. Standing 16, 1 or 2, with eyes wild and green. You ride the horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go which, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go which, no matter how I wanted to. You ride out into the night without a trace behind. You run your claw along my gut one last time. I turn to face an empty space where you used to lie. I look for the spark that lights the night through a teardrop in my eye. And ride on, see you. I could never go which, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go which, no matter how I wanted to. So ride on, see you. I could never go which, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go which, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. How I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never, no matter to another town and tried hard to settle down in Dunning. But for every job, there's so many men, no one meets. Give up, don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not the only one. Don't give up, there's no reason to be ashamed. Don't give up, you still have us. Don't give up, we're proud of who you are. Don't give up, you know it's never been easy. Don't give up, I believe there's a place for you and me, a place for you and me.
You're watching the Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Hey everybody, you're watching the Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Jack, can you hear me? I'm in another dimension. It's like a tunnel. Yeah, man. You're watching the Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Hey everybody, you're watching a Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Jack, can you hear me? I'm in another dimension. It's like a tunnel. Yeah, man. Hey, what's up, Jack? How's it going? I'm here at, this is the Concordia University building, here in the stairwell. And I found a really cool view of the city here. This is on the 16th floor. Just checking it out here. Pretty awesome. Yeah, Jack, I'm back on safe ground. I was up there in that building, or the one behind it, maybe. I think it was that one. But the stairwell, I think it connects to the other one. But anyway, you saw the video. Nice little shot. And I sent you a few random audio clips to have fun with, if you decide.
I don't feel uncomfortable. I just think, I mean, I don't want this to sound offensive. I don't mean it offensively at all, but I just think that one has to be very careful to remember you have to remember in yourself that you're not what people think of you. Do you know what I mean?
Now we're going to move on to some show and tell.
Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Bass Guy, show and tell. Show and tell.
Hello and welcome back to the show. Even though we didn't go anywhere, the show just kind of takes a life of its own after a while. Let's look at how to become a better viewer. How to be a better viewer. Let's look at number 2. Don't wear pants. Demand everything right now and everything for free. Have a fake username, fake profile photo, and tell the content creator what to do. Helpful suggestions on being a better viewer. Number 4. Remember that the audience comes before the actual content and purpose. Scroll somewhere else every 5 seconds and use as many emojis as possible to demonstrate the proper use of speaking properly. Never ask questions about the subject matter or add knowledge to the content. Rather proudly state what you had for lunch and ask if anyone has seen the new crime show on Netflix. So we're going to have more things like that coming up. I forgot to load the window gimmick. Today's show is dedicated to the life and beauty that was Sinéad O'Connor. And it's like, you know, my duty as a musician, I feel, to use music as a platform for good, to try to use and consume less. And, you know, hey, how about instead of going out and buying a brand new Ski-Doo and going to, you know, Hawaii, why don't you tip your local banjo player $5 so you can buy a frickin' bologna sandwich? Best show on YouTube. Thank you very much to Julie. Let's hear it for Julie and Van Goat. You're too kind. There's a bit of a delay that. Where was she from? She's from Ireland. From, is it Donegal? I think it was Donegal. I've been to Ireland a few times. So I'm Casey. I'm Irish. The last song we did was Don't Give Up, which Sinéad O'Connor, I think it was Kate Bush and Phil Collins did it, and then Willie Nelson and Sinéad O'Connor did it. It's one of my favorite tunes. Before that, we did an Irish song by Christy Moore, who also I've done Listún Varna before, and that was I thought a good send-off. And we did Today Is Going to Be the Day, Wonderwall for Julia. And I learned all these songs today and put them together today, so they're really rough and I'm just having fun. I'm not trying to prove or compare or be anything. I'm just here. And this is episode 1568 or something. We had lightning almost. I jumped out of my seat. The lightning was insane. So the show and tell that we're going to do now is this day today. We're going to talk about things that happened. We're going to start off with Scotland. I need to have a sip of my Minute Maid lemonade. It's a good thermal thermos. You buy one thermos and you never need to use another cup in your life. You could get rid of 90% of your stuff and have lived like that your whole life, and you would have helped stop climate change. Today's This Day starts with Iron Brew. I've got a can of Iron Brew, which is the Scotland Coca-Cola, so it's not really that great. It's bad, actually. I kid on with it. When I talk about soda and the Couche-Tard, I'm just joking, eh? I don't believe in that shit at all. Cognitive dissonance, man. So what you're looking at right now is the Battle of Stirling Bridge, and I used to pass Stirling all the time. First of all, where is she from? Lucky. Yeah, that's right. I feel like, because I have big eyebrows, so I look like Liam Gallagher. It's actually a good video. I remember when it came out in Scotland, everyone was singing it in the pubs and karaoke and jamming it. It's a good tune. So this is Stirling Bridge, and that's where near I lived. That was Glen Eagles Golf Course, and I used to teach and live in Glasgow, and I lived in Perth, and so you go to Glasgow, to Perth, to Dundee, to Edinburgh. They're all close to each other, and Stirling is in the middle, and there's this lake that loops around. So what happened was William Wallace and a guy that no one talks about, his name is de Murray. He started the whole Scottish Revolution, the war against England. William took the Stone of Destiny, the same stone that the king was just coronated on, and they stole that 1,000 years ago. Anyways, the Scottish beat the English like 5-1. They set up all their troops. They camped out, and the chief guy, what was his name? Damn it, I used to know my history. Anyways, the English wanker was sleeping in, and he says, "Oh, don't worry, today's thing is just going to be like an exercise drill. We're going to conquer the Scottish, no problem." And there was one little bridge with a loop of water around it, and they waited till half the army crossed, and then the chief guy woke up. He's like, "What are you doing? You started without me." And then the Scottish pushed all of the English into the river because there was nowhere to go. So it was totally a military genius achievement, and every kid in school knows September 11th of all dates. It was on September 11th. I got to finish before 11. So September 11th, 1297, Scotland defeated the English 5-1. And I don't know why I'm saying this. I got to look at my paper. I got so much stuff I want to get through, but I never have my brain's all over the place. If I had someone helping me in the studio, it would change my life. But July 28th, 2023 is the 209th day of the year. There's 156 days left. And in 1304, Wars of Scottish of Independence fall to Stirling Castle. So what happened is we won a whole bunch of battles, but then we lost because Edward got pissed off. And you'll see in the movie The King of Scotland, my friend Ross Ainsley is a musician in it. They brought this thing out, and that was called the Warwolf. And it was a massive, gigantic, like 100-foot catapult, and they blasted Stirling Castle wall. There's another great film about Stirling in the 50s of the military. There's a military coup or something. Anyways, I love talking about history, but we should leave it because I'm getting tired. So in 1304, on July 28th, that happened. That catapult thing happened. And when you pass, I used to have to drive from Perth. I worked at Perth College. I was a teacher. I was a student. I became a teacher. And then I was a bum. I went to Scotland. I was picking cigarettes off the ground, living in my car. And I taught myself how to teach and stuff. And then I ended up working at 3 colleges and universities at Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dundee, even South Africa and stuff. And when I used to drive a lot, so shame on me, I had a little car, or I would take the train actually. I used the train all the time. And you always pass this. The big statue in the back, that's the statue to William Wallace. And some American guy actually made a Mel Gibson statue down there. And I think it got taken away eventually because it's sacrilege. And the guy you see right in front of you is Robert the Bruce. He's the King of Scotland, and he eventually defeated the English. And there's a little picture of the actual bridge of what it probably looked like. It could only fit 2 horses at a time, and they put over like 2,000 or 3,000 people, and then they pushed them all into the water. And the army on the other side watched all their army die, and they took off scared. So that's the Battle of Stirling Bridge, and no one ever talks about de Murray. They always talk about William Wallace, and then they talk about Braveheart. Remember the time when Jaws together, good times. Yeah, we watched Jaws together, Van. So there's the real Stirling Bridge, but there's Stirling Castle. There's a great film, I forget what it is. It's in Technicolor from 1950s. It's about a military the people up there, they have a mutiny. They have a mutiny or something. So there's the big statue that you can't miss, a very large erection. Yeah, baby. And there's the real William Wallace, and his sword is apparently up there. And you got to pay like $50 to get in. So I lived in Scotland for 17 years or something. I never went up once. Okay, so moving on. This day today, July 28th. Larry, can we have some annoying Let's have some nice summertime crickets, because the storm, we just had a huge storm. Massive storm. Yeah, baby. Van, I'm so glad you're here. I love you. I'm always trying to like connect with people and keep things. I'm always here, but it's hard to get through all the shit. I should probably stop this day today. July 28th, Jacques Cartier plants a cross in Gaspé Peninsula and takes. He just takes it. It's called colonialism. He takes the territory in the name of France this day today. I got to figure out a better way to read this stuff because I'm going blind. And more Scottish French stuff. In 1567, on July 28th, Mary Queen of Scots was forced to abdicate and be replaced by her 1-year-old son, James VI, who I believe someone took the baby and smashed the baby's head on it. The Scottish history is dark and deep. 1935, the Dust Bowl heat wave peaked at 109 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius in Chicago. That was the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. In 1921, amazing photography there. In 1921, the Blue Nose 2 was launched in Nova Scotia, and that's one of the ships I think we have on the Canadian dime. Also, in 1969, the Apollo splashes safely in the Pacific. To be specific, it was in the Pacific Ocean. That happened on this day today. July 20, I'm so hot and I'm going to faint soon. I'm like... In 1974, Watergate scandal. Supreme Court orders Nixon to surrender the tapes to the prosecutor. So just like the whole Trump thing. I'm not a criminal. 2009, Boris Johnson becomes the Vice President and Prime Minister with the messiest hair on earth. And he's what's known in England as a toff. Like an upper class, like, clown or whatever. They're all rich people that go to school, and everything's done before it happens. And in births, we have 1969. Today is the birthday of Jennifer Lopez, the highest pitched singer in the world. And we lost a great person in 1980, one of my favorite actors of all time, Peter Sellers, who was in the Pink Panther, and my favorite movie of all time. He's one of the main actors. Stanley Kubrick's film Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Don't Look Up is a complete, absolute copy, stealing of the movie Dr. Strangelove. I've said it over and over again. I haven't seen anyone talk about it. The movie Don't Look Up is shitty, crappy, funny entertainment with a little message, but really it's stolen from Dr. Strangelove. And Dr. Strangelove was made like in 1959. A dark comedy. Kubrick did 10 movies. Each movie he'd spend 5 years making, did tons of research, and every movie was a complete different subject. And that movie is just completely spot on and relevant today. So anyways, Peter Sellers was he had like a Dr. Nair Mumstead. He had all these split personality, different characters. But no one cares about that anymore. Everyone just talks about McDonald's and TikTok. And we're almost done here. Holidays. It's Carnival of Awasu in Tunisia, and it's also Police Day in Poland, and that was this day today, and I hope you enjoyed that.
Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Bass guy, show and tell. Show and tell.
A lot of the OG original musicians. Who's going to replace us? Who's the new generation? Pinky Doll? Paris Hilton? I mean, frickin' hell, who are these people? Man, I'm tired. Thank you, Van. Just a second. There's someone at my window. I'm so sorry. Just one second. Window. I'm trying to do my show here. Frickin' kids. I told you, Larry. Don't let people knock at the window.
collège.
Set 39 of the Azure series.
Freaking kids. Getting too old for this. All my retirement. Sorry about that. Van Gogh, I think we need to pick up some car snacks. I'm getting a little bit... I missed my dinner today. But come on, we don't need dinner every day. So I'm going to go pick up a few things. If anybody wants a sloshy or maybe a muffin, you get your 5th coffee for free at the Couche-Tard. How am I doing so far? Look, I have 0 viewers. I've been doing this for 10 years. I got spinal damage and I got 0 viewers. Oh well. So I got a can. I'm going to pick up a case of Iron Brew. And Van Gogh, I'm going to pick you up a coffee and a sloshy at the Couche-Tard because it's always handy.
Casey, Sky Show. You're watching the Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Guy Show with Jack Casey. Hey everybody, you're watching a Bass Guy Show with Jack Casey. Jack, can you hear me? I'm in another dimension. It's like a tunnel.
So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Van Gogh, since you're here, if you see Billy D, if you can let him know that I've got a coupon here for him for a free hot dog. Van Gogh, if you'd like to pick a page out of More Good Clean Jokes by Bob Phillips, there's no swearing, it's clean, it's PG, but it's actually completely derogatory and sexist, and a lot of it doesn't make sense. We called Bob Phillips once at his office, and I think Middle Class Batman talked to his secretary. I'm just going to chill out a second here. I need to relax. So yeah, a lot has changed. I'm changing a night show now, and it's funny how I do, if Frankie comes, everyone watches, I do a song, but then everyone just splits. It's really strange, but I'm still here. So Van Gogh picks page 14. And I need my flashlight. My lips are thirsty. 1 second. Ice cream, yum, 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 good. Isn't it cool that some chick can go on the internet with her boobs and make more money than I've made in 1 month compared to my 10 years of 17 hours a day and playing bass guitar and drums and everything for 10 years, and then you just go on the internet and go, ice cream, good, yum, yum, yum. And there's all these hearts flying everywhere. And how did we go from Joni Mitchell to Pinky Doll? Or Pokemon, you know? How did we go from Leonardo da Vinci to people looking for Pokemons at the bottom of a dam that's just about to open? Thinking without moving my lips is hard, but I can do it. And people like hit the hearts like on Periscope Van, and she's like, pineapple, pineapple. She's pretending to be a background video character, and she's like, oh, thank you, oh, drive like cowboy, ice cream, yum, yum, yum. And I listened to CBC Radio, our like top radio station, and they were talking about her for a half an hour, saying how great she was. And my comparison was, the world is on fire, and we're doomed. This is the first wave of mass. And CBC is saying, oh, this is great. And when I've been playing bass and doing my show for 35 years, and I've been struggling, and this girl comes on, and she's just very hot, and she goes, yum, yum, lick, 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 and it's all sexual manipulation and narcissism. And how does my top radio station in Canada talk about her like she's so great. I felt like calling in and yelling at them like, this is why the world has gone stupid, you know? How did we go from jazz musician Joni Mitchell to TikTok Pinky Doll? And that's just one of a billion examples. Talking about billions, there's billions of people. Dub, I'm really sorry what we gave you, you know? I'm really sorry for your future, and I hope everything's okay. But with a dad like yours, you're going to be okay. So congratulations, Dub. I'm really tired. Dub is here too. The World Changed Dash. I've not been reading the comments today because I'm too screwed up. The world's getting hotter and hotter. I don't watch Yeah, so I left, Julie, I left all social media. The only thing I have is YouTube and Skype so that Frankie can call in, or Van or whatever. So Paige, sorry for the long intro. I like to talk sometimes and say hello and touch base. Yeah, baby. I think I'm older than Larry now. Okay, so here's the joke. I'm homesick. I'm homesick. But you're at home. I know. And I'm sick of it. Say one last thing, then I'm going to go. So I've been undoing the biggest project of my life. And so things like having a shower or dinner or going to say hello or cleaning up or whatever, going to the dentist or get my pills, I've had no time for anything. And I'm still doing this live show every Friday, which takes 20 hours at least to do. I'm doing a project called This Day Today. And what it is my show this December is 10 years old. The show is 10 years old this December. I'm getting used to the new mic. I've done 1,500 shows, but they're all on private, and they're all messy and everything. So I've been going back, and I'm editing all of the old videos and putting them up one day at a time for an entire year. So my project, in short, is for 360 days, let's just say, non-stop. I'm releasing 4 or 5 videos a day, sometimes even 8, if I'm lucky, 2, you know. But so basically today is July the 28th. So I was live all the time. So I used to do 10 shows a week, 2 a day, 1 day, 1 night. So July 28th, 2015, I'll type that into my YouTube and I'll get like 4 videos. And then 2017, 16, whatever, 18, some are missing, whatever. But I'm going back, and then each video takes me 1 hour, sometimes 3 hours, and I want to cry because I've been doing this since December. I'm on month 8, and no one knows about it. It's a secret project. It's a playlist on my YouTube called This Day Today. So in December, there was 0 videos. I had like 3 videos on my YouTube. And now there's about almost 900. I've done 900 videos. Every day, about 4 or 5. I edit them. I shorten them. I take out any bad words or people fighting. I put a new thumbnail. I do all the algorithm. You won't believe how much YouTube makes you do. The date, the time, the algorithm, the country, the location, the thingy, and I have to do that to every single video. I've done 900 of them. So I've done it from December, January, February, March, April, May, June, blah, blah, blah. So now we're up to, and I've been doing it. And I'm going to show you one of the videos right there. This is Bass Guy Show. Screw off, YouTube. Not YouTube, I mean Google. This is July. Dub. That was Larry, not me. So this is July 28th, 2015. This is exactly 8 years ago. We were live. We were green screening. We were doing things way before other people. There was no live. It was just concert window, basically. And I really wanted that to explain to anybody who cares, basically, that I've been working 17 hours a day, usually from bed because I have spinal damage. I'll stand for a bit. I'll sit. I'll lie down. I use different devices. And I'll show you that right now. So if you go to my YouTube, which is the only thing I have really, there's different tabs, and it always starts on home, and people usually think, oh, there's just that. But if you go to videos and live and playlists, and then where this arrow is pointing, there's a tab called community, and every day I post up this day-to-day videos. So the Bass Guy Show in 2015, the Bass Guy Show in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. So sometimes the most I've had once was 9 videos in one day. And it's a lot of work. It's killing me. I'm on month 8, and like my girlfriend and my mom and people that love me, they're like, Jack, stop. And like, you're too busy, and what are you doing? And I'm documenting the last 10 years of what I've done with my life. I used to be a musician. I got screwed over really badly. I lost my country and friends and everything. I got a broken back. I was down deep in the hearth. And then I had a Shaka springboard blast back. And the bass gang got me a computer and a car even, and I gave the car away and no one said anything. And then we got Frankie a $6,000 laptop and nobody said anything. So, and if you go to my community page, I only leave the videos up for about 2 days, and then I delete them. Like, not delete them, I take them off the list. So there's not too much stuff there. So that's this day to day. So I would like to thank everybody for watching the show today. You can always Skype in, but my username is different now. It's Bass Guy Videos. And thank you, everybody. You don't have to, but if you would like to support my work, and there's albums. I actually make albums. You know, like how coffee shops make coffee, and then you pay them for the coffee? Well, if you've watched over and over and over again, go to Bass Guy Show and pick up a shirt or an album or anything, or just leave a comment. All my music is based on a trust system. Everything is free. And if you want to, just take it. I can't catch you. It's just take it. Someone bought an album the other day for $1, and I got 73 cents. That was my last sale. The only way you can make money doing music is if you hustle. You have to say, here's my album, here's my shirt, and I hate that shit. I hate capitalism. But you can pick up my music. You can buy an album for free. You can buy it for 1 cent, or you can buy it for $100, and then I'll go buy out and buy a steak and cook a nice dinner and get some flowers for my girlfriend because I'm a jerk. Patreon.com/Bass Guy Show. Also, you can join my Patreon, and that just means you pay like $5 or $6 a month, and who cares about what happens or what you get? You adopt a bass guy, and then you don't have to worry about it. We've had one person, I've never talked about it much, but one person was Silver Serpent. You know, Sam from Texas. She's been my Patreon for like 5 years, and she pays more than half of what everyone else pays. Everyone pays $4. She's been paying a lot every single month. And if people think the Bass Guy Show makes a lot of money, last month we made $38. Last month the Bass Guy Show made $38. So I don't know if you guys know, but Larry! I'm pretty tough. That's some tough music. So Van gave me the shirt off of his back. He gave me the Charlotte. I think they're like a soccer team or something. I'm not too sure. I've never watched a sports game in my life. I don't have a car. I don't have a dishwasher. I don't have air conditioning. I don't have anything. I got this show, and that's it. We made $38 last year. So thank you, Van Goat. Gave me this cool, this is like, I'm going to start a gang. I should start a bass gang. Hey, that'd be funny. The internet is like a mirror. You project yourself into it, and whatever you get back is a form of yourself. Dub loves Uncle Jack. Good night, Montreal's. Yeah, we have 7 minutes left, because I'm going to go right to 11. It is sad, Julie says, that sometimes I see somebody doing something strange in front of public, and then I find she makes so people, there's a whole, Julie, write this down on a piece of paper. Joey B. Tunes. And Dub should watch this, because it'll make Dub realize, Dub, don't be stupid. Don't spend your life on social. This is my favorite thing on YouTube, Joey B. Tunes. It's incredible. So Joey B. Tunes with a Z, and he talks about, I can't show his stuff because I'll get like copyright for it, but like look at this one. He did a video where these girls went on a beach this is unbelievable. They brought plastic garbage bags. Someone filmed it, and this girl is filming her, and the girl on the left is all like wearing yoga pants and being hot and look at me. It's so narcissistic. It's nothing but narcissism and manipulation through sexuality and whatever, just to get views and attention because people are insecure. That's the Freudian whole point of it. They bring plastic garbage bags and they go on the beach and they start collecting garbage, but she's so dumb. She starts collecting sticks and putting the sticks aren't garbage, they're nature. And anyways, they're filming, she gets her friend to film her being a hero and cleaning up the beach. And then she looks at the phone and goes, okay, that's good. And then they throw the garbage bags on the beach and walk away. So they actually brought pollution to Anyways, check this out. Joey, he's got 2 channels. One's like a podcast and one's short. All his videos are usually short. And he's amazing. He's got a huge following, and he just shows the narcissism that we live in. Like, what are we doing? People are making their butts big and their lips and plastic surgery. Like, we're really living in a screwed up time, man. At school, they should teach psychology and law and all of these certain things. So anyways, I wanted to go out, like I said, with the Bass Guy show 8 years ago today. Here's an example. Go back in time. It will be like a Shaka miracle. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present you, on behalf of Enlightenment. There's one of Dub. I understand how you appreciate cars and stuff. I know it's culture and society and evolution. It could be a beautiful thing, right? This is who says that all the time? Sock Cop. This is why we can't have nice things. I think it was Box Monster, actually. We could do well, but we don't because anyways, this is the Datsun before it was Nissan, and we had that car. My dad was a mechanic for Datsun, which is one of the worst companies ever for pollution in the world, but there you go. Industries, the Bass Gang, going back in time to the 1980s. Where's Van? Van is here somewhere. We'll get to Van later, but Van's there somewhere in the 80s. Jenny as well. And then we have Jeeve with his shotgun protecting the world. Suck
trying out something to see. So we may be able to do such a thing. They call me Ishmael, they do.
So there's Sock Cop. We're almost over Sock Cop. We're getting hot balls here. We have a live chat board here. We're going to play some music. I don't know if you can see, I've got my bass guitars with me, my fretless, and my overwater. We're going to play some, we're going to start off with a jam, an 80s music jam, and then we'll be taking anyone who wants to phone in, unless you're afraid. So that was, I like to feature Sock Cop and Van Gogh and everybody. So we got the Sock Cop t-shirt here. Don't be speeding. I love the whole philosophy, because cars kill people and people are on their phone now. And it's dangerous out there, so don't be speeding. I'd like to thank everybody for watching today's Bass Guy show. Thank you, Julie, for supporting, and also Sock Cop. Everybody follow Sock Cop. Van Gogh, Dub, have a good time from Montreal. Thank you very much. It's been touched by your weenus, your elbow, the elbow weenus. And that's about it, so I gotta go now.